Oi, dumbass, you're watching the wrong video. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding with you. But seriously, go watch the first part if you haven't already. Number 5. Misa Amane from Death Note. Thinking about this one, I might have put her a bit too high, but apart from being just bubbly and an adorable person, the reason she's on this list is because she made such a dramatic and intense show actually have some moments of light comedy. Her very personality, I thought, always contradicted the show itself. I mean, Ryuk and Matsuda also provided comedy, but when she was on screen, she stole the spotlight. Whether it was her constant attempts to get Light's attention, or just how she always went on about love. She always seemed to manage to make me laugh, and was a real fresh breath of fresh air from those intense scenes. And I don't know about you, but I don't think the people of this series give this girl's intelligence enough credit. I mean, think about it. She was able to stage the TV event, able to find out Light's name without him realising it, and throughout the series she was able to keep Light's favour without herself getting killed off. I think behind that ditzy exterior there's a real crafty mind. Adorable and a fanatic worshipper of Kira, Misa Amane, the Death God's little helper, takes number 5. At number 4. Orihime Inu from Bleach. Okay, I guess most people for this show would probably pick Rukia, but for some reason I just like the redhead. I guess it's because she reminds me a lot of Toru Honda. She's a sweet and compassionate girl, definitely a bit of a ditz, and she really is too nice for her own good. I mean, seriously, even though in the later episodes she has the power to kill, I don't think she ever would kill or even inflict pain on others. But the difference between these two is, this girl definitely has powers. As I've said, she has the ability to attack people, but her real strength lies in her healing and defensive capabilities, which, definitely not until later in the show when you realise their full potential, you don't appreciate just how powerful she can be. A lot of people complain that she doesn't do enough in the show, but to be honest, I don't think she'd be able to do much if she ever got into a fight. Even with her attack powers, against these new tougher foes, she wouldn't stand much of a chance. So I think it's best that she does stay at the back. And hey, I don't think the Bleach gang could have got as far as they have, or even survived, without her powers. And I mean, it's not like this girl has anything that Rukia doesn't. What are we talking about again? Okay, so I can see why this character gets a lot of stick for appearing just to be there to show off cleavage, but no. Orihime has definitely proven herself time and again that she can be and is useful to the team. I like to think of her as a white mage from a Final Fantasy game. You never really have them in the front row for combat, but you always keep one around because without their healing magic, you know you're not going to be able to take on the tougher opponents. And anyway, the real fan service for this show is definitely this bitch. If I ever do a top 10 most hated, I'll talk more about her then. The healing warmth of an angel, and the bus line of 3. Orihime Inu takes number 4. Number 3. Cat Thief Nami from One Piece. Choosing between the two female leads from One Piece was a hard decision. They're both very independent women, they're both intelligent, and each of them has come from a rough childhood. But once again, I seem to find myself backing the redhead because, unlike Nico or Robin who has devil fruit powers, Nami is pretty normal. But the thing is, she doesn't want to be considered dead weight to her crew members, and even though it scares her, with the help of Usopp, she's managed to take to the field and be a valuable member on board the ship as well as the battlefield. To some success, may I say. She has got a bounty on her head now, and if that wasn't enough, this girl's cheeky and playful attitude was always a delight to see, and her lust for money has more than once got the crew in trouble. Intelligent and dangerous, Nami, the navigator of the Straw Hat crew, takes number 3. Number 2. Two Hands Revy from the Black Lagoon series. Damn, this was one tough woman. The gun specialist of the Black Lagoon was always looking for her next victim and her next paycheck. Having always lived on the wrong side of the law, this woman has practiced and perfected using an assortment of different firearms, and what started as a job has now become a sick hobby. Every kill giving this woman a bit more satisfaction. I really believe this is what Riza Hawkeye would have been if she had grown up to be a criminal, but I'm sorry to say, Riza, this woman is far more deadly. Whether it be boats full of criminals or a gang full of folks, give this woman the right gun and she'll kill them without a care in the world, provided you can pay her, of course. To say this woman has bad morals, I think it's putting it lightly. We're talking about a woman who would dig up a corpse, punch a child that was annoying her, or simply shoot a guy in the head because he pissed her off. I guess having an anger management problem and a trigger happy finger are not the best combination. But if she's so nasty, why is it that we like her so much? Well, maybe it's just that fact. She's not good, she's bad. But I guess this would make introductions to her very awkward. I did ever. Okay, it's not like this woman was completely heartless. She did have a joking personality, and the few people that did manage to survive around her were passionately protected by her. Aggressively, but passionately protected by her. And this woman was always ready for the next fight, another round of drinks, and another way to make money. Pistol Queen of the Sea, Two Hands Revy of the Black Lagoon Company takes the runner-up place at number 2. And finally, at number 1, my top anime woman is... Pause for dramatic effect. Masane Amaha from Witchblade. I'm kind of wondering just how many people are drawing blank faces as they hear this, but the reason that this woman is at number 1 in my list is just, I can't even begin to describe how much respect I have for this woman, but I am certainly going to try. This single mother has always had trouble with child services because she doesn't have a home, but all she ever wants to do is find a place that her and her daughter can live together happily. This is complicated, though, when she comes across a power known as the Witchblade. It only takes one use before she's scared to ever use it again. Unfortunately, a big industrial company notices this and wants to use her power for their own dark uses. Although at first she disagrees with this idea, when they offer her an accommodation and salary, she swallows her pride and joins it. Not for them, not for her, but for the sake of her daughter, so that she can live a normal life. But even as being the bearer of the Witchblade becomes more complicated, the dark jobs are thrown and thrown again, creating more ghastly transformations for her. And even as the relationship between mother and daughter is questioned, Masane never cares about that kind of thing. She always just accepts the situation as it is, and does the best that she can. And even if it's at the cost of her own happiness, she always thinks what's best for her daughter. And this is what I really respect about this character, selflessness. No matter the situation, it's always Ryoko, her little daughter, that comes first. And if we have to question power, she's got the frickin' Witchblade. This is a one-woman army. She would obliterate a squadron of tanks, drain an entire army of men of their blood. She is the devil incarnated on Earth. But hell, she'd give up that power any day for her daughter. The angelic mother in demonic form. I happily give Masane Amaha the number 1 place in my top 10 list. And there you have it, my own personal top 10 anime women list. The best thing about this type of list is, depending on how many anime you've seen or just what you define as cool, everyone's list is going to be different, as I'm sure mine's just proven now. Well, I've got nothing left to say. As usual, hope you enjoyed this video, both parts of it. If you want to say something about your own favourite female characters, feel free to leave a comment, or even better, why don't you send a video response to this, tell me your favourite female anime characters, and why you like them so much. And as usual, thanks for listening. This is Ace of Spades to Win, ending my top 10 anime women list. Till next time.